Started tearing up when you came in, you guys, and Reverend Bree and husband, and I feel Reverend Gwen really close today, really close, and she's really happy. She's going to attend another one of Reverend Donna's wonderful talks. We've known Reverend Donna for many, many years, and I think I met you up at Harmony Grove too, and where she still does affairs. And so, I'd like to get back there sooner or later, but life's gotten busy. But anyway, it's always wonderful to see you. And it's wonderful to go on that beautiful meditation. Thank you again. You do a wonderful job. And right now, it is my great privilege to introduce Reverend Donna. And she brought us a new one. I had it, and then when I moved back to the, I lost it. Here we go. And Reverend Donna Lopez was ordained at Harmony Grove Spiritualist Association in 2007. She's author to ETS Energetic Transmissions through Spirit Photography. It's in its second edition, whereby the nature of reality and the pool of realities we coexist with reveal themselves to her throughout her connection in meditation and spirit photography. Many who have read the book experience the downloads and wonderful experiences as the book's energy imparts. Its energetic transmission sessions is the YouTube Reverend Donna has, where she shares weekly energy forecasts, channeled messages for the month. She loves healing, her family, spirit family, and everyone who shares the path. Let's welcome warmly, please, Reverend Donna Lopez.
So nice to be here and happy to be back, and haven't been at Harmony Grove much because I've been busy. Yeah, a little warm too. Avoiding that heat. Anyways, let me just find a little spot here. So for those of you that are new to my work, I work when it's time for me to talk. I just ask Spirit, you know who's going to be here, you know what they need, so give me what they need to hear, and then it starts to pour out. And this one started really funny because I started with preschool, and I thought, okay, this would be really interesting because I never know where it's going to go or what they're going to tie together, but I'm always surprised. So, anyways, but it's titled "You Are Guided." Preschool is a place for preparing for learning how to behave, how to get along, how to control impulses. I'm still there. And a place for impulses to lead one to understand their gifts, calling, proclivities that accelerate them higher, quicker, and more efficiently. All is achieved by guidance of a teacher, one who sees potential. Now, how many of you have had a teacher in your life that saw potential in you? And how many of you had a teacher in your life that said, it's okay, whatever you've done, whatever's come before, it's okay. Everything's chill. And it's such a healing, because it's just a simple thing, but for another human to say that to you is so meaningful. So all is achieved by the guidance of a teacher, one who sees potential, impulse responses as doorways of sorts. Not all impulses are harnessed to a higher calling, a gift one might say, as the student may not adhere to the loving guidance of a teacher. We like our teachers up to a certain point, then it's like, no, I'm gonna do it my way, And that's important too, because you do wanna do things your way. They may be, the student may be too immature to hear, to listen deeply, to at least try to be directed. This can be the case for many, a decade of lifetimes for some. Guidance comes to the forefront for many after much haggling back and forth with themselves. Like after we get ourselves out of the way, we decide we're going to listen. Or many missteps on their learning path. The learning path is well worn by many long before they have entered this dimension or lifetime, exhausted by the worn soul sojourn of being beaten down lifetime after lifetime. So many come in here really, really like just a bag of dirty clothes that need to be washed. The awakening begins when one accepts that they alone cannot fulfill their journey, that helpers along the way are given or introduced, and one must be open, willing, and ready to accept assistance, help. Preschool is a preparatory space of awakening to what is to come. Cradles rock babies, and many are never ready to get out of that cradle. Let's just chill with our babas. The cradle, while soothing, can also hinder one who's decided to lie there, releasing free will to another to decide for them what is useful or not. To become an appendage of sorts to another is often a task many take on. The fixer, enabler, finding broken pieces and bringing them together for another. Always on the outlook for the broken. And the broken always open to the fixer's standards of correction or help. Floating along mindfully, letting someone else decide and help. It's not a bad job to have, after all, getting your needs met, never having to lift a finger. The weaker one appears the more the fixer gives. Now that's a preschool lesson in and of itself, for who is the one in need of awakening? And so it goes for many. We sing to all of you today of a new day, a new dawn of listening to what resonates with your whole being, what lifts you, inspires you, and makes you feel light, the light you are. What is that? What makes you feel light? Just close your eyes for a minute and just ask that question. What makes you feel light? That is key, is it not? Knowing what wakes you up to smell the coffee and get moving with lightness and joy towards a new day, a new dawn. Helping others is useful if they help themselves. That's what our spirit guides do. They take a step if we take a step. They do not take steps for us. This is our journey. This is our soul lesson. Helping others is useful if they help themselves. Otherwise, no, they are not ready. And that is very, very much okay. Because all of us get ready when we're ready. One can have as many lifetimes as they choose to be ready. For what is ready anyway? Ready for what? What are you ready for? Do you know, what are you ready for? We see you ready to get set and go. Bags packed and car filled, let's go. Many of you are adventurers on a mission to explore, understand, and feel into all that nature, life is giving you so freely. We like that, as we see it's fun for you. Many want to get out of preschool and start their real life. Can you hear that? Their real life. A life that brings up all that creates high hopes, dreams, creativity, a page-turning life book to be a part of. A life where one is reading and writing their life script, fully awakened to all the mistakes that will happen, all the laughs that will be had, and all the stretching and growing pains that will enable them to experience more than they could have imagined. For imaginings are the beginning of living. What is fantasy to one is reality to another, a page turner of a life. But then again, a life of consistency, routine, that has a rhythm, that keeps one functioning productively in their life, is also a sweet spot for many. We hope you enjoy school and learning, for all around you are the sights and sounds of life, creation bursting forth with love to share. Lifting another is lifting oneself, so never hesitate to lend a hand. But remember, it is their school lesson to be with. Stay in your grade and accelerate so that the energy you emit is enough to illuminate the path for all. We worry that you worry so much. Because the worry is created, we decided to worry with you to see what's that all about, in case we miss something special in that worry. We see it as a place to focus what is out of focus. We laugh as we do not worry. We are focused and do see you too in all your glory. Glorious ones, do not fail to keep pace with that which is lifting you constantly. You can sit with the lessons, you can fight them, ignore them, and even put them on the back burner for another time, perhaps another lifetime, a better one, where everything is perfect and everyone is perfect. Oh, the flavors you'd miss, the sour, the ornery, the fervent ones, the ignorant with their habits. Freedom comes with many choices. Do you see the choices the free have chosen? And all the while hesitating to choose yourself, lest it be wrong. Not perfect. I don't want to choose, it won't be perfect. How many imperfect people do you know that you just love? That inspire, stimulate, and bring your mind to the ideas that might await your attention. We celebrate the imperfections. They are the gifts that keep giving. Thank Helen Keller, Beethoven, Einstein, Tesla, pioneers, Native people who discovered and implemented medicines, foods, wisdom, Special Olympics, special needs, elderly, autism, PTSD survivors. Thank them all. Celebrate the gifts of those who have seemed less fortunate, for many are writing rich epitaphs to last for years to come. So again, we come to you today and ask you, how's school going? Are you participating or observing? Are you judging or loving? It's nice to sit on the bench and say, oh, they should be doing this, that, and the other, until you're the one doing it. And it's like, whoa, have some compassion. Are you laughing or holding grudges? You know, it takes a lot of energy to hold a grudge. It is a lot of energy. I mean, it's exhausting. It really is. Are you the bestest ever or the worst ever? Perhaps you're a mixture of it all. We do not care. We do care that you are holding on with all your force to the litany of newness coming your way. For every day is a new day to begin. We hold you all in much esteem and wish you well. Remember to call on us, lest we open the door or show a path that you may not see. Bless you.
Sorry.
It's all right. Linger no longer. Choose one feather in your team of light. Now he's been liking to write like a little verse when we're done, so he calls this hopeless. Hopeless is the state of not knowing what you know that you don't know you know. So know one thing, you do not know it all. And that hope is a conduit to new beginnings, new happenings. Stay alert, awake, and pronounced in your convictions to learn. As we leave you, never to be alone. Yours truly, always hoping, one feather. So they're telling us to lean into our people, call in your spirit team and lean into them. If you don't, because a lot of people say, well, I don't believe in this. Well, nobody does until you start to have an experience of it. Once you have an experience and you call out and you start to receive insight and information, just through people that show up in your day or synchronicities, little blips that are just really special, but it's what we focus on. A lot of times we spend our focus on the things that aren't working, as if that's useful. But really, if you know what's not working too, though, you can just say, Spirit, you know what? I don't know what to do with this, and I don't know how to do it, so just show me, and help me to listen, help me to see. Thank you all so very much. Thank you for the songs. I Come to the Garden is one of my very favorites because it reminds me that I don't walk alone. And then the prayer of St. Francis reminds me to be a channel of that peace. All right, that's the best way that you'll help yourself and others, just by what you emanate.
Thank you, you're wonderful.
Thank you.
And next up, we have the announcements with our church president, Spencer Weisenberg.